And I asked men for money real quick after meeting them. One thing about it, you're not finna play in my face. I got so much stuff to do than to let a man play in my face.
I don't even really know what to say to that. But when you treat a relationship like a commodity, or when you treat a relationship like a game, then chivalry's out the door. A man approaching you, proposing you, treating you like a queen, like a princess, like his other hat, that's out the door. At this point, it's dog eat dog. You're entering into a competition, into a game where there is a winner and a loser. I personally would not want to get involved in that setup. This is just basically prostitution, but without the benefits of sex, which most men aren't even really going to want to get into that unless that is what she's providing. But my point is like, this mindset is something that you'll see this all the time: how to get money, how to date a guy with money. It's all about a man and money. And I'm like, first of all, that's kind of crazy, because I thought feminism was all about women being able to go and get their own money, their own resources, and not needing a man. So now fast forward in 2024, and it's like we're backtracking. You need a man to give you money, but not within the context of marriage, not within the context of a committed relationship, not within the context of a family, just how you can get money out of him. And I'm like, no man with two brain cells to rub together is going to look at that seriously. So I think it's these kind of scenarios. I know some of y'all love watching Pop the Balloon, because that's an indication. Like, this mindset is what leads men to be like, I'm not interested. I'm not approaching you. It's not worth it. Because if this is what it means, then if the women who are the prettiest, or the women who are the most put together and got the Gucci bag and got the laces, the edges laid, and got the full face and got the hot body and got, like, if that is what comes with it, I'm not interested. But let's continue.
I went on a date with this man on Saturday, and it's now Wednesday. He tried to go on a date with me. I'm like, oh, I've been busy. I've been running errands all day. I'm tired. I just really don't want to do anything. And I was like, and plus, I don't have gas in my car. Literally, I'm on the phone with the man. The man instantly Apple pays me $100 right then and there for the gas. He was like, oh, no. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. I got you. Like, listen, y'all be scared to ask these men for money, but baby, I'm a step every single time. You don't.
I'm still trying to figure, okay, again, back to what I said before. I'm still trying to figure out how, in the age of post-feminism, really, and in a time where we want parity between men and women, how, like, a lot of these relationship conversations still become about how a woman can get money from men. Like, that's literally prostitution at that point. Like, if you're just trying to get money from him in exchange for your presence for sex, and it's like some of y'all are not even trying to give him sex. So it's like, it's worse than prostitution. At least in prostitution, the man is getting a service. But some women are trying to get money from him without putting out anything. And again, I don't support any of that. Like, I don't support the setup at all. But I'm like, it's just like, this is garbage. But let's just be really clear about what's going on. Like, this is just how to be prostitute. That's it. How to be prostitute. And some ladies, like, they're cool with that. You try to put all this flowery terms on it: hypergamy, don't settle for, broke dusties, living your best life, level up. But let's just be clear what's going on now: prostitution. That's it. And if the dating market has become a pool of prostitution, that's a bad deal. I would have got my passport too. Like, I would SOSBN too, truly. That is like what the dating market has become. I don't advocate for that. Not a good setup, in my opinion.
You don't even have to ask a real man for money. All you have to do is throw a problem out there. And if he's a real man, and if he got money, if he's a problem solver, if he's a provider, baby, he's going to help you. He's going to.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is the most ridiculous thing to me ever, because a real man, a provider male who has his stuff together, does not want to deal with a woman that he believes is a prostitute. Now he, or the very least, is acting or behaving like one. Now he might sprinkle a few dollars on her, take her out, they may have a few rendezvous or whatever, but that's a mistress. That's a side piece at best. Like, no respectable man who honestly is doing what she says is going to now settle for a woman who has the mindset of a prostitute, or the woman who has a mindset of a concubine. He's actually going to look for a wife, and a wife isn't going out of her way to try to figure out how much he can extract. She's actually looking for ways to add value to the man's life. And this is what I don't think women understand. Like, I think some are just so in survival mode, or maybe some just yeah, they're just so in survival mode and so already have this expectation of like men are going to take advantage of me. And so they go in with like this protective garb of like, let me try to get everything I can from this man. Let me see what I can extract and offer nothing other than my looks. And I'm like, that's not impressive. Looks are not impressive, especially when they're fake. Like if what you're offering him is like a weed and some fake lashes and a fake face and fake boobs and fake body and a bad attitude, or an attitude that's not even gonna really try to love him and get to know him, like that's a bad deal. At best, it's going to be a few dates, some sexual interactions, maybe a vacation or two if it goes really good, but it's nothing serious. And notice why when ladies are talking about this, they're always talking about dating multiple men. Because the expectation is like, you're not going to be able to keep a man around a long time to do that. So you need to continue to have a rotation of dudes just to get your bills paid. Because like I said, it's not a long-term strategy. This is not a long-term strategy to actually build a long-term functional relationship that's actually going to bring stability. So that's why these ladies, like, they have to have these different dudes, because that kind of behavior and that kind of mentality and behavior actually won't keep a guy around for a long time. It's not sustainable. Unless you're a long-term sugar baby, and some of y'all are cool with that. But it's like, this is not the kind of mentality that any respectable man is going to sign up with to be taken advantage of.
To solve your problem. It should never be a back and forth thing. Like, it's crazy because y'all be dating these brokies and you gotta beg him for 2 years straight just to get $100 out of him.
I'm trying to figure out, again, going back to, so how post-feminism, in the era of women not needing men and the era of women being able to take care of themselves, do they now have to go back and beg dudes for money? That's why I'm like, the feminism failed? Did it lie to folks? Because why are you begging money from a man? Shouldn't you be able to go out and do that yourself? Y'all see how crazy this is?
And a guy that I went on one date with literally sent me $100 for gas that quick because I said I don't have gas in my car and I'm tired because I've been running errands all day. So that's what I'm saying. You ladies need to stop dating broke men and y'all need to start asking these rich men for money, or just ask men for money in general. Even if you don't want to deal with a rich man, ask a man, a affluent man, a provider man for money. Cause y'all just dating for free, and baby, it's people like me just getting money thrown at me left and right. Like, it's not that hard. Just
Getting money thrown at you left and right, this will last as long as she looks good. Maybe. But I'm like, again, this is if for some women that's fine. It's like they don't care. It's like if you're not looking at this from a vantage point of, I want to have a family, I want to have a community, I want to have kids, I want to have legacy, then maybe this lifestyle is it for you. I understand there's always been a concubine and a prostitute class, like that's always existed. And so not everybody has the mindset of like, hey, like I want to get together and settle down with the person and teach, instill values and like future generations. Like not everybody has that mindset. And so I have to remind myself that. But for the ladies out there who are legitimately confused as to why men aren't approaching them, this is exactly why. They're voting with their feet.
don't even ask. Just throw a problem out and the man should instantly offer you a solution. If he doesn't, hang up and call somebody else. Or just go outside and go to a bar and get a drink. Comment down below and let me know if you yourself ask men for money and how fast you ask men for money. Like, some people think a first or a second day is quick, but baby, I'm not playing no games. If you're not gonna do it, somebody else will. And let me know if you don't ask men for money and why don't you? Comment down below. I ask men for money.
I'm just I didn't know men became bank accounts or ATMs by which they're supposed to just give it to you, and if they don't, then you got to move on to the next one. I don't understand that mentality. I really don't. But I understand like that's it's a whole system. There's a whole game. There's a whole culture out there of women who that is their thing, and they are just looking for ways to sprinkle, get at resources put on them in exchange for just their presence. I don't even know what the man is getting out of that scenario other than your presence in the box, which I'm like, that's not really impressive. That's just the mindset of prostitution. That is the mindset that a woman has when she is either engaging in sex work or flirting with the idea. It's not much different, honestly. Trying to extract as much as you can from the guy, and if he's not getting anything from you, you move on. Like, you're treating it like a commodity, treating it as a service, and not actually treating it like a relationship. And like I said, some women are okay with that, but as I mentioned before, such a reminder, if ladies are wondering why men are not approaching them, this kind of mentality, this culture does not help. When you treat people like it's a game, and when you treat people like as if they are a product to be used, then you get the same energy back. And that can start to impact not only you, but just the relationship market in general. So, anyways, those are my thoughts. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know. Leave your questions, comments, concerns in the comment section below. Thank you so much for listening if you've gotten this far, and we'll talk later. Bye.